UT Director of Human Resources, Cory Fish, is back with us now to talk about ways to keep your job interview exciting. Cory, I am so glad that you're talking about this, because when I interview interns to intern here at UT and with Primetime, it's very important. Cory, I'm talking to you. Cory, we're on TV. I'm talking to you. What are you doing?
With these glasses on, they can't tell my eyes are really closed right now. This is so boring.
Are you kidding me? You're the only one bored with me in Primetime. Are you kidding me? You have to engage me and engage the viewers. What are you doing? Take the glasses off, Cory. That's rude.
All right, fine.
Jeez.
Well,
I tell ya.
It's boring. I mean, sometimes.
Oh, are you saying I'm boring?
Not you're boring. But let's try not to keep our interview boring, right? Not this interview, but your job interview.
I know, right? You've talked to a lot of people. You don't want to be bored in the interview either, right?
I was in an interview last week, no joke, and I was about to fall asleep in the interview. Person left. I wanted to put my head down for a nap. So look, what can we do to keep your interview interesting and to keep it flowing and to keep it, good? I mean, ultimately, I always suggest you got to smile. I mean, you're trying to make a good impression. If you stand there and you're monotone and you just talk like, who's excited about that? Nobody's excited about that. The interview's going to end a whole lot quicker.
Some people act that way when they're nervous. But if you're smiling, you act like you're passionate about getting that job.
If we can get that graphic when we're interviewing, that would be great. That would be great. But you know what? Also, you got to be able to sell yourself, right? Yeah. When I do some of these resume talks, I ask the group, hey, raise your hand if you're applying for a sales job. And maybe, like a quarter or 20, 30% of the group raise it. Wrong. We're all applying for a sales job. You're selling yourselves, for God's sakes. You have to be in a sales type mode when you're in one of these interviews. Now, you can't all be...
I love that. I love that advice for everybody out there job hunting. Sell yourself.
Well, it's essentially what it is. You're looking for a product. I'm trying to sell you the product. The product's me. If we're not going to sell ourselves, who's going to sell us?
Right.
So, and you got to be energetic. I mean, not everyone can have the energy like you have, Taylor. I mean,
that's probably a good thing.
An interview with you probably goes 2 hours, is my guess.
But, just talk to JR how our interview was.
But you have to be energetic, because if you're not, God, these are all seeming very similar. But if you're not excited about yourself, why would I, as the recruiter, be excited about having you in this position or calling you back to meet with somebody else? You got to remember, if I'm interviewing the first round, then I got to send you to a second round. My reputation's now on the line that you're someone I think would be a good fit for this position. You got to go meet 2 other vice presidents or managers, and if you're coming off like a dead fish, geez, no pun intended, that, Cory, how could you think this person was a good fit for that job? So you got to be energetic about your own job.
What about gestures and good posture and showing that self-respect, and you would think all that is very important?
Yeah, I think it's important. I mean, ultimately,
you don't want to go in there like this.
No, I mean, the experts will tell you that means
like
you're closed off,
right.
Or scratching eardrums or picking teeth or anything like that. I mean, this is your
audition.
Audition.
Chew gum. Don't go in there chewing gum.
Don't chew gum. Don't chew gum. Don't. Those are obviously a lot of don'ts. But one of the things that really can slow down a good interview is when frequently the question is, okay, so tell me about the job you had before your last job. Oh, right. I remember. I was selling whatever for this company.
Because they don't even know.
It's your resume, for God's sakes. How do you not know? I mean,
that's because it's made up. They don't know. They make it up.
That's what it leads a recruiter to believe. Did you make this up? How do you not know? I mean, literally, I've had it on multiple occasions where people go, let me see, what did I do with that job? What did you do with that job? That does not happen.
That cannot happen.
No, those interviews last 15 minutes tops. And finally, you've got to be a good storyteller. I interviewed a gal last week, and it was great. We were an hour into the interview, and I had to stop the interview because I wanted to hire her, first of all.
Because she's captivating.
She is captivating. I sat and I said to you, I can sit here and listen to you talk for the next 2 hours and tell stories about your resume, and I think you're going to be a great salesperson. And sure enough, she's getting hired.
Really? So, that's awesome.
You've got to. They all encapsulate one thing: is you've got to keep the person that's interviewing you captivated and jazzed about wanting to talk to you, because ultimately you're selling yourself.
And bringing those strong points that would make you the right candidate for the job.
You got it.
I like it. Good tips. Excellent. Always, Cory Fish.
I'll try to stay awake for the next interview.
Yeah, would you please?
Yeah. We'll see.
How do you fall asleep on my show?
Yeah.
Crazy energy here.
All right, I'm going
Doesn't
back.
he look like Men in Black character or something?
I'm going back to bed. Excuse me.
We have to take a break because I'm going to Take care of him. We'll be right back. Make him wake up. Wake up.
Sorry.
You make me smile.